I've just
Welcome
remembered
back
that.
to Threshold of Revelation. This is session 28, entitled Anvilvoht. Last session, the group played around with a door, and since they are already talking about what they want to do in regards to that, I will explain that they've opened the door. The door's passageway seems to just be kind of hanging in the corner, and entering into this triangular shaped room. There's a large door directly on the opposite side of the room from where they're at. The room is filled with bookshelves that are stacked high to the ceiling, which is about 30 feet high. There is a dais in the center of the room, and on the dais is a treasure chest that is bound with iron bands and other kind of rivets throughout it, binding it shut. And the group is deciding whether or not they're going to remain here or return back into the passageway. So up to you folks. Back to it.
I'm a little sad. I thought it was a coffin, not a chest.
It's a coffin-sized chest, or a chest-looking coffin.
Was there anything cool on any of these books?
So as
Or
we've
anyone
discussed, the books appear to be mainly in
Dwarven?
Dwarvish with other human kind of other inserts. This looks like it's some sort of Encyclopedia Britannica, some sort of notary kind of like history, but it's mostly transactional. This appears to be like a merchant's repository for transactions that have been made. Most of it appears to be dealing with something that is written in the ledgers, described as ink.
So, off topic, but just because I was very curious, I looked up what that Encyclopedia Britannica thing was, right? I was looking it up because I've never heard of one. And as I was looking it up, I seen someone typed into Google enough times for it to show up. What is an encyclopedia used for? And I'm just sad.
Why
Even
are
I
you,
know what it's.
why are you sad?
So these are just
That's-
log books then?
That's what that question would have been asked to before.
Your question was literally one step removed from that question. What is
It
Encyclopedia
just says
Britannica?
Yeah, but see, but encyclopedia is newer, so you should know what that is.
I
I
mean,
don't know what that other one is.
I get what you're saying. Like, it is sad. So you're basically feeling what we're feeling in relation to you having to Google what Encyclopedia Britannica is. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Fair enough.
and then there's going to be somebody who's going to not be typing into Google in the future, who's just using their neural link or whatever to ask the ether, what is Google? So
Fair enough.
here we are in this space.
How hard does it look like it would be to open this chest/coffin thing?
It doesn't look like it'd be difficult. It just looks like it'd be time consuming. And
Gotcha.
if you have a crowbar, it would just be kind of, tool intensive for that.
I'm going to
Otherwise-
grab a load of books and take them back into the library
Sure.
and put them with the other books.
All right. Just kind of
All
like grab them and shovel
Where the books live.
shovel them through the door.
This is where the books go.
I'll try to stack them up here and there. I don't know how this place works.
So what you'll notice, there are actually no empty spots for books inside of your library. As I discussed, it looks like there are parts of the shelves that are missing in your tower, but there are no
It
empty
is our
slots.
library.
We'll add shelves later. That can't be that hard to come across.
Alright. So,
No, well,
we get to
carpentry
take a
projects.
vote on who wants to open this, because, I'm voting yes, open chest, but I'll leave it up to the rest of the group, too. I've already got to spin the wheel a bunch, so I'm pretty
Where
happy.
is the chest?
Everybody's-
You're standing on it?
Most of you are standing
Yeah,
on
yeah.
it. I'm just inside the door of the tower.
You
I'll
don't
grab
like
another
making
big
sure it
handful of
doesn't
books.
Yeah, you can take as many as you like, buddy. They're the ones that
That's,
are,
that's all I'm doing while they're playing with the box.
the ones that are in the cages are not going to be removable.
Because the cage is locked.
It doesn't appear to have any mechanism for opening, just iron bars slotted inside of kind of a stone structure with latticing behind it.
Like a portcullis for books.
Yeah, you gotta see through it, but you can't
Book
see
jail.
any mechanism for... Yeah, they're in book jail.
Book dungeon. That's Eleanor.
That's a baby.
She's my Sabrina.
So, yeah.
Yeah, if I clear the easy shelves, I clear the easy shelves, and I'll stare at the
Oh,
cage
no.
shut
There's
books.
enough books in here, it'll probably take the better part of like an hour or two to clear them.
It's taking them a while to figure out what to do with this
I'll
box, so I'm
try
just
to
running back and
I'll
forth.
try to mage hand through the bars and nab one of those books.
Second, the mage hand appears on the opposite side. You watch it just dispel itself. It just kind of falls away, like the magic is not working. inside of that space.
Alley wave.
You just need one more person. You got a family portrait.
Ooh. This one's being weird.
I mean,
No, he never did that. Well, I'm out of
Otherwise-
ideas. You guys could bust open that crate, or
I'm wiping my butt.
he's wiping his butt.
Oh, he just Zoom bombed
Oh
us.
my god, we just got.
You get his shit chat.
Can you tell your son we just got banned off Twitch?
I'm wiping my butt.
He cares a lot about that.
Like if he,
Hygiene.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of guys are very comfortable cleaning.
No, I was talking about you getting banned off Twitch.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
That's
He's very
hygiene.
concerned.
I genuinely don't care. Like it's fine. Like,
Steve's here.
Alright, if somebody's got a
Oh,
crowbar
shit.
I can borrow, I want to pop this baby open.
we did it.
I do not.
You got Silas. He's a muscular boy.
Yeah, I would be happy to help.
I'm pretty muscular myself.
I'm gonna hang outside the tower with my new books.
But I will always take help. I'm sure 2 muscular boys can get this baby open in a decent amount of time.
Again,
Well,
it'll
you
be,
control your children.
It'll be a while. It's not going to be an effort of you needing to roll anything.
Well, while they're busying themselves with that, I guess I'll fiddle with the controls on the tower. Just sort of.
Somebody
Go
make
to
sure that
options.
nobody opens the door that's behind us so we don't get
you
caught
can't-
doing this.
You actually can't fiddle with the options on the door if the door is still open.
Ugh.
Because remember, when you close the door, that's when the dial seals.
Got it. Oh, I can't even play with the soul.
Yeah, he wants the
Oh,
soul stone.
You're talking
The
about
soul well
soul
stuff.
well. Yeah,
the,
sure.
The million options on there.
Cool. Yeah, which option between 1 and 1,000? I forget the number that I gave you, but that one I'm not looking at my notes at currently.
73.
Okay, cool. So a bookshelf probably about maybe 20 feet up to the right side of the well, pulls away from the the wall and descends down and touches
Mhm.
down.
I'll go have a look.
Yeah, there's books on it.
Just take a peek at what the books are.
And as we described, there's just more spells. I'm on it. That's what I'm. Oh my
I was
gosh!
hoping there'd be like a,
Gonna karate chop people.
I don't know, fantasy novel or something.
I get a pass.
Yeah, you're the best.
What did I do? What did
said-
he do, Rob?
He said we just switched places in Twitch, and I said I can't check my notes because I'm currently doing this, and then it's too much, you guys. It's too much. How the fuck did that happen?
What are you talking
We're
about?
good. I thought I put Jeremy in the right spot, but instead Andy was Jeremy and Jeremy was Andy. And yeah, he can talk.
Well, then Andy needs to behave himself a little better.
I need to control those kids. Shit.
Yeah.
Jeremy, mute yourself for a second.
I was. She unmuted it.
He said,
That's
no,
incredible.
I'm on Twitch. Anywho. My notes. So 73, yeah, you got it open.
Okay, I'm just sort of flipping through. If spellbooks don't do anything for me,
Yeah, so when you kind of bring that down, a couple things we'll note is that it does appear that if you look up in the 700 feet of space you kind of have up towards the ceiling, it does look like there might be somewhere around that many bookshelves, separate entity kind of segments up and above. What you're noticing as you're kind of maneuvering to that, to place it, is there seems to be like some sort of means for you to like put forth essence to add numbers. It also looks like you have an ability to maneuver them as you please, so you can rearrange the shelves.
that sounds neat. I don't want to mess with the flow if this is like cataloged, so I'll just put this one back where it was.
Okay.
And I don't know if I take the time, count the bookshelves in here. Does it match up approximately to what
Yeah.
options are? Okay.
Looks like these are just references for each of the shelves that are on the walls. And then
Cool. That's some busy work for somebody.
either if an hour or two is being spent opening the chest, then you have plenty of time to clear out all of the books with the exceptions of the ones behind the iron bars in their bookcase or book prison.
Yeah, I'll clear those out and I'll just stare at the locked up ones and see if I can figure out anything about these bars.
What kind of crimes they committed?
Jeremy, just for my sake, roll a d100. And Ezekiel and Rolling Rock, you were the two that were primarily focused on opening the cage. Or,
Ezekiel and Silas.
Sorry, Rolling Rock, what are you doing in the meantime?
I don't know.
Eat something chewy.
Chewed on book.
Buying a delicious chewy granola bar.
This book looks delicious.
Delicious book sandwich.
What is this?
The book between
fun
two
little
books
fella?
and took a bite out of it.
You put a paperback between two hardcovers.
So that's just another shelf. It looks like there's a larger book up on top, but yeah.
Is a larger? What's a larger book of? Is it like a dwarf book?
It's just another book. It looks like this book in specific is related to a specific merchant family up top. Bear with me here, or you presume up top. Let me check and see here, notes-wise. That will be the symbol in question seems to denote, and also the thing inside says Kinard, Kinard is the name of the house that this transactional tome seems to be kind of notating. The tome itself is probably about 3 feet tall from like top to bottom, and the inside look like these are long ledgers of vellum that have been just punctured on the sides and then bound into the book, and there's hundreds of these kind of placed inside that just denote like a day-to-day processing of a year 30 years ago that they were buying and selling.
Wow, this is extremely boring.
Shut.
We sold books from cool dwarves.
Just a bunch of receipts. Do we know if this door is locked or no one's touched it yet?
No one's tried, yeah.
I got a 90 on the D100.
Cool. Timing will determine what that means. Okay, Rolling Rock, are you going to try and open the doors, or are you just going to stay in here?
Yeah, I'm just see if they're unlocked.
They are unlocked. Do you wish to go through?
Kind of like open it halfway and just like.
So, what you as a dwarf would note is that these are doors that come inwards, but to basically make it easier for individuals who are moving these doors, as bookish dwarves are not typically the strongest. They are set on hinges that have an automatic mechanism. That means that once they are pulled just slightly, they will not care. They will continue their process to open. And then when you wish to close them, the second you kind of give it just a little bit of a push, it will move mechanism-wise to shut. 2 states, easy enough to move them, but you have to commit.
All right, I'll let these guys finish their vandalizing or
So
thieving.
you're remaining in here until that's finished then. Okay, so I need Rolling Rock, Ezekiel, and Silas to go ahead and make Constitution saving throws. And you're just outside throwing, or just inside the establishment as you're like discarding some books as you.
What do we see?
Yeah, so you pop it open and you've got the binds off of it. You remove the last rivet that allows you to actually access it and lift it. And the second that you do, this plume of green, just nastiness, basically a mix of gas and liquid, just kind of starts erupting out of the box and spilling out all over the place. It looks like it splashes against the walls in such a fashion that it would have damaged some of the books on kind of the lower areas. So fortunately they were removed.
Good thing I was here.
It also fills the room with a noxious gas. So the people who passed that saving throw, and when I say people, I mean the person who passed that saving throw was just Ezekiel. So the other 2 of you will take 28 points of poison damage, and you are poisoned. Ezekiel, you'll take half as much, and you are not poisoned. The poison that you are affected by, you will be affected by for 1 hour.
Somebody here is immune to poison, right?
Push that door.
I'm resistant to poison, but it still hurts.
Yeah, he had advantage on the saving throw, but it
Yeah, it still wasn't good enough.
15. But yeah, the entire room is filled with the gas. You can remain in it. It does
Where's
not
that door?
does not clear. It will start to move into the tower if the gas is allowed to linger. So I'm going to ask the people who are inside first. Do you wish to remain inside of the space, or are you trying to get out?
There was nothing in the chest other than this.
Lots more fluid.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
get
the
that.
fluid inside looks like it's a mix of black bile and like really nasty, like some of you are parents, so you may know what I'm talking about. Like the first shit a baby has, like that is the kind of fluid that you're talking about. It's kind of like that really nasty kind of
Roofing tar.
roofing tar mixture.
worst.
Yep.
The worst.
The excess, the green.
I would try to
material-
remove myself from the area.
Silas rushes out and to the tower.
Silas, you failed the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I failed.
You can still move. You just.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking the people that didn't fail that were in the area.
No,
No,
I
I'm
failed.
asking
by-
people that are still in the area. Do you want to stay
Okay,
here, or are
my
you
bad.
retreating? So Silas is like rushing out like a
Yeah, that's fair. My bad.
puking dragon. Whoosh.
It hurt my palate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just leave too if there's nothing cool in like all the bile.
Rolling rock.
I'm coughing pretty fiercely, but I try to signal to Bodhi to throw me a jar. Take some tar with
Fuck
us.
deal.
Wow,
Make a
masochist.
dexterity saving throw to see if you catch it.
I'll hand it to him with a magic hand.
Magic hand
Magic.
flies in, hands it
It
to you. No
spells.
save throw needed.
I'm not going past the book prison. I'm saying.
The magic hand only disappeared when you tried to make it appear or move through the bars. It's something like the bars.
I thought the room did it. I thought
No, no. That was
this is
that
going to
was-
be way funnier if he made you the jar in there and it just dispels and drops on the floor.
That would be really good, but no, that's just the high security book jail.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
coughing pretty fiercely, but yeah, I'll try to scoop a jar full of goo.
Hey, crack that door behind
Okay.
you to vent it.
Make a just make a dex check.
My nimble dwarfen
It
fingers.
doesn't get onto your dwarvish fingers. You manage to kind of hold the jar in such a fashion that it's kind of like in there, and you kind of like give it a shake, and then like rush out with it in your hand after sealing it.
I see you've jarred filth before.
And how?
Okay, so you're
All right, let's fucking leave this place.
Do you
Shut the door.
Okay.
So now
We're all back
stuck
in
this
Cool
area.
Tower where nobody.
Man,
hurt.
they are going to be pissed.
We're just
So
gonna
is
let
this,
that settle
Icor?
before we ever return here.
One person at a time. What were you saying? Whoever wants to talk.
I
I
was-
got my quip out.
Just this is Icor, right? Like confirmed, or we're not quite sure.
You're not quite sure.
Okay, well, we have some downtime. I'll study it.
Your presumption is this Icor is kind of what they have been known and reputed to kind of collect in this place. Specifically what they use for the magical inks. But this material is definitely not... I mean, the dark material is definitely consistent with what you would presume Ichor to be, but Ichor is not supposed to smell or be this pungently horrid.
What did we learn they were making out of that last time?
Magical inks is what they specialize in from Anvilvoht.
Okay.
And
All right.
you would know that Ichor is the kind of blood material of deities, also of
Yeah.
celestials and fiends.
Yep.
So for whatever reason, they found a repository of it in the earth and are utilizing, or basically using oil drilling kind of techniques and mining techniques to pull it up from the
They're
earth.
fracking hell.
The fracking.
Damn, dwarves go hard.
So you are in the main room. The thing that you'll notice is that you probably didn't collect a full flask of the material, just like a sample, right? But what you'll notice is that in the interior, the kind of dark liquid, which is kind of a bit more, it's not as viscous as like a liquid. It's a bit more, like we discussed, sticky, gloopy. But it's already filling the jar out with kind of a greenish, like a noticeably greenish kind of volume of air in the top.
Nice, we have a stink bomb.
You have a stun grenade.
All right. Well, we can go back to sword break, or I'd rather
Spin
not
the
go to
wheel.
Penford.
Yeah, I really feel
Spinning the
like
wheels,
I think
spinning
he's
the
gonna
wheels,
yell.
old hat.
I think he's gonna yell at us if we go back. No,
He'll
we're
probably
we,
yell at us.
We don't
the
want to
wheels
tell them
retired.
about the drilling machines and the dragon. Like that'd be a decent thing to warn them about.
With a phone call, yeah.
Who are you trying to warn? What?
Warn Penford about the drilling machines and the dragon that Aonis has. It kind of seems like it's going to be their decisive strike to break the siege. Can't go through the walls, can go under them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should go back to Swordbreak though, because we do have stuff left unfinished.
Technically, you're always in Swordbreak again.
We are in
the
Swordbreak.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
We do have some splaining to do because I'll bet you anything people are waiting outside that door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Swordbreak?
Sure.
Okay. So if you shift the door so that it is at Swordbreak, the very first thing that would happen when the marker hits, you would note that there's a very loud pounding sound coming from the door.
Ezekiel, could you get that?
Yeah, I got you.
Knock knock.
I'll go over and open the door.
Okay. So what
Can I help you?
What you'll note, standing outside, there is a very large complement of the town watch standing outside. Standing amidst them are kind of beyond and behind are townsfolk, people of interest, parties of interest, people who are curious about this new development of a tower appearing in their backyard, effectively. And standing up front in front of the guards appears to be a very well-dressed gentleman. He is wearing a suit of half-plate, just effectively a breastplate, really, and has a look of kind of Jarnaran nobility, old-style nobility, people you've probably seen in kind of the magier establishments in Penford. People you've passed by dozens and dozens of times, but he does appear to be the leader of this mob, for lack of a better word. And he says, "You have broken number of treaties in the reestablishment of the tower here. I wish to speak to your superior."
Let me check which one that would be. I'll turn around like, hey, which one of us would be counted as a superior, guys? Who's like our leader?
Nick's takes out his pun notebook. Start.
I am ready.
I lower that book.
Oh shit!
You're trying to survive.
Couldn't have lost that Neotis, huh?
Starts to jostle his way forward, then he stops.
Can we help you, sir? Forgive me, I don't know
I'm
your
wishing
name.
to speak to whoever you would consider your superior. If that is you, then we can speak. Otherwise, we do not wish to treat with you.
I'm afraid I'm the best you're going to get today.
Fair enough. As I stated to your subordinate, this is a breach of a number of treaties. The citizens of Swordbreak have made me the representative to deal with the matter at hand, and I speak on behalf of the nobility, the merchant class, and also the normal citizenry of Swordbreak when I state that we wish for your tower to be off of the premises within 24 hours. Otherwise, we will burn it to the ground.
I'll take that into consideration. Would that be all?
You have 24 hours.
Much obliged. Have a pleasant day.
He doesn't seem to acknowledge the pleasantry. Turns.
It wasn't
walks.
pleasant.
No,
He noticed.
the sharp pleasantry. But you would notice that there's probably about 50 or so guards, probably about 100 people besides who look like they're just kind of people who live nearby, the local folks. Some of them look like they had implements that they might be wishing to use or brandish as weaponry. Others not so cheeky. But yeah,
Did
definitely.
he notice our conglomerate stuff?
I don't think he noticed your conglomerate stuff. It's just the fact that you are the residents of the conglomerate tower.
I mean, we said that we were wearing our stuff
No,
out. in the
I'm
open.
aware.
We weren't hiding.
You are the people who are inside of a conglomerate tower. It's not like, oh, hey guys, you open the door and He's not assuming things based
You
on
silly geese.
badges. He's assuming things based on proximity to the problem element, Jody. Yeah, he's not. He
So they
didn't-
don't care about the conglomerate, is what you're saying.
No. He does care about the conglomerate. This that you're standing in is more of a beacon that you are part of the conglomerate than the
Yeah, the
badges
jig's
you
up.
wear. The thing would be is like if a cop pulled up in a cop car and then got out in plain clothes, you wouldn't be like, that guy's not a cop. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it, but I'm saying that he doesn't seem to care that we are a part of that. He sees this tower and he's rolling up pretty
Towers
hard.
breaching treaties. Towers breaching treaties. Yes, that's what he just said.
Okay.
100%. That is accurate.
All right, everybody.
You remember
File
how to
out
put
for
this
now.
thing away?
I'm sure I could knock it out of the park. Give me. Shit, do I know how to put this thing away? Because I had to use the.
I'm pretty sure
I
said
had
there
to
was
use
an
the
option
load.
that
I
said
had to
to
use the
send away.
lodestone.
The lodestar was the means for causing it to return, but there is also a means for it. That return option's still there. The assumption is that if the return option is pressed again, it will dissipate.
All right, you guys wait outside, and maybe. I don't know. I might fall. Might be embarrassing.
On a quick character note, real quick, I just want to make sure you understand. If you go outside, it's not like they dispersed entirely. They're still like
I know.
large crew. So if you go out and disband your tower, you're probably going to have to deal with the repercussions. So I just want to make sure you're aware that that's the choice that you're making. There are obviously other options.
What, don't
So
they
you just
want us to
leave.
get rid of the tower?
They do want you to get rid of the tower, but
They want us to
they're
get
not-
rid of the
The issue
tower,
is
but they
that-
also want to arrest us immediately.
yeah, they're not going to be like, okay, well, thank you for getting rid of that tower. That making it appear broke treaties. I mean,
That's the way it should be.
I just want to make sure that okay, well, if you feel like that's the way it's going to go, you can definitely have that presumption. I'm just letting you know that there's nothing in your heart or mind that should put you to that in character. That's all I'm trying to help you with.
I hear you. I hear you. Damn it. My pun will definitely not work now.
I'm gonna step back into the tower and access the soul well.
Okay.
Take a look at the options towards the tail end.
So it's all shelves. All the numbers are shelves.
That's all there is. There's
It's-
nothing about
so you
return. There's nothing
No,
about.
return is still an option. Sorry, that's not a numbered option. Then there are the 1 through 1,000 something. So basically, you can't call out on this one. Okay, you can reform as you did. Do the normal dance options. The return option's still present from when you brought the tower in. Still an option to select, and then the 1,000 are for shelves.
But we also have 24 hours to decide on the plan. Yeah, because I don't know how long it would take us to get rid of the tower. So
I don't
we
know
could-
what 24 hours is gonna do for me.
we can decide to not be here.
How
like,
quickly did the tower appear?
Instantaneous.
Pretty quickly.
Just dump it then.
yeah, but we're still gonna have to fight a whole army outside of the tower.
No,
We're
we
not
just need
gonna
to
fight
make our. We need to make our public apology.
They're not gonna listen to it though. Like they're already claiming us as traitors.
No, they're not.
Make an insight
Basically
check.
broke
If you're
treaties.
curious as to whether or not that guy is going to be very formal and casually nice with you in the aftermath of the
I
situation.
hope he's not. 14.
Bodhi, you're pretty certain that if you exit this building, and even if you do comply, they're probably still going to run you through the ringer for this.
He's the kind of noble that expects you to know his name because he didn't introduce himself. I
Right.
bet it's Eric with a K.
Nope, we've already done that in Cyberpunk.
I'm gonna set him on fire.
I can only do one Eric per month.
That guy's gonna fucking get it. Well, we have 24 hours. Let's go collect Uther's armor. We're moving as a group. If they want it gone, they're gonna have to fucking wait.
So
He can't
when we
keep his word. He can't keep his word. Shame on him.
We're inside having our discussion. We'll walk out and have our discussion louder so people hear it. Now, it's obviously you say it's going to take 15 hours for this thing to dissipate.
There are preparations. I can't guarantee 15 hours, but
All right. Well,
it
at least
will
they're in
take time.
motion, so we will get this thing gone.
collect your things. I
If you
don't
start
imagine we'll
to
be staying
move
here.
Outside, you would still see that there's quite a few guards who are still present on the scene, and also that asshole.
I think at best we reach out to Sir Roger O'Brien. I think he can probably set this straight. He sent us out here anyway. Like, that's the best plan.
As you're talking, so it doesn't seem like they're paying too much attention to it. You do see the asshole, for lack of a better signifier, point to a small group of individuals, which you know is a 5-man patrol, and then acknowledge that they are to follow you. And so as you move into the town, you are being followed by a patrol of guards.
Oh, good.
This
We're
is
safe.
lovely. Thank you so much. Never can
So
be too
what do we
safe
need
in
to
a town
collect?
like this.
Just Uther's armor, I think is the only thing.
Yeah, I
we're
need
waiting
to
on.
Uther's armor. If you have any other shopping to do, I just
So
want to make
I'm
sure we
broke.
all
I spent all my
we
money
get
on
our.
armor.
You did spend a lot of money, didn't you?
as we discussed, it was going to be about 2 days before the armor was ready.
2 days.
But he does have the studded leather complete. He has not enchanted it yet. That would be the second day he needed. So at the end of this day, which is later in the day, he says, I have the armor ready for you. I just don't have it enchanted. If you want it back, I can give it to you, but it will not be what you were promised.
What time would the enchantment be done?
Tomorrow evening. And you would know that it'd be beyond the 24-hour marker.
Somebody help me out with the decision.
Might cut your losses.
Put it on layaway. Let's go.
But he says he hasn't.
I have no armor.
What he said is he hasn't started the. He did the primer work, so the armor is primed to receive an enchantment. He just has not done the enchanting work, which will be tomorrow. He says if you want, he can give you the armor and the residium in cost if you want to take it now, since it did sound like you were coming here to take it specifically. But also the option to leave it and he'll finish it tomorrow is also on the table. That's what
So he'll be willing to prorate it for the lack of the enchantment, is what you're saying?
That's right.
Okay, why don't we just find someone else to enchant it then?
We're in a town that doesn't hate us.
Right.
That's fine.
Okay. Any other losses you want to cut or anything else you want to do while you're in the space here?
I think that's it.
Okay. So studded leather armor, notate on it that it is primed for enchantment, which will mean it'll take less time for it to be enchanted. Yeah, what's the plan? Or discuss your options and what you want to plan to do.
So we went through all the travel ports on the door, I think, right? There were some we couldn't go through because they were X out.
You should have notes on it. Yeah, it definitely went to. I think we tried every single dial option.
Yeah, mostly by spinning the wheel, which was fun. Scroll up and see here.
So we were under Anvilvoht, north of Ionis, on this island way to the south. Swordbreak. In the gray area, even further to the south. Penford.
Can you pull the tower while we're in a different location?
That I don't know. I'd hate to attempt that and then have it just sit there at Swordbreak and have it destroyed. If that's something they could do.
Is that something he can figure out from inside the tower?
You can certainly try things. Again, there's nothing that you can learn without actually doing something. Determining whether something works is attempting to see if it works.
Yeah, but what if it kills us? There's not a logbook in there.
So much the better for me, because it'd be the funniest way I've killed a party. It's also been a long time since I've done a TPK, so it'd be really interesting for me on that regard too. But I'm not saying that's truly the case. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. If you want magical mishaps, you gotta play with machinery, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you what it does or how it works.
Yeah. What out of all of our areas?
The instruction book was not built into the coding though.
No.
With the 1,000 whatever.
No, the 1,000 options are just bookshelves. And all
These
the books
guys
that we
were just
discussed,
throwing magic at the wall.
This appears to be, in essence, if you really want to think about it and look at it, this appears to be like a reliquary for spellcraft. They're just storing spells here. That's literally all this space is.
If only we had a wizard.
If only you had a wizard. Someone trained in
dumb.
Arcana.
That's
thanks.
extra dumb.
You
So-
already forced us to prestidigitation, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty.
Our only real options of where we could travel to and, you know, be close to our goals are Anvilvoht, which is a poison room at this point, and we don't know when that's going to be cleared. Or I think Ancrag was where we had one option at.
That is one of them.
I want to
That
stress
and
too,
Leonis.
the tower is not sealed, so it's also pretty open space. It's like I think a good 50 or 60 feet wide by 60 foot wide, and it's 700 feet up, and there's a hole in the ceiling. So if the poison were to come into this space, it's not like it would, murder you here.
Yeah, I know, but like going through the Anvilvoht, we'd have to go back into the or not Anvilvoht, into Ancrag. We'd have to go back through the poison, and then we have to answer questions on how we got into whatever area they were. You know,
You were right the first time. Anvilvoht is the place with the poison. Ancrag's a separate location.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Anvilvoht's the one with the poison cell. Ancrag is a fiery, horrible place that you have yet to. I think there's an option for it though.
Yeah, I think we got there by accident because I spun the wheel, and I
Yeah.
remember us marking down that it was like a dragon symbol or something.
It's an angry dwarf.
An angry
symbol.
dwarf. Yeah.
It opens to the Anchorag Forges, I think.
There's an angry door right outside the portal, like they sealed it.
We have a boat waiting for us too. We can just fold the tower and get on the boat.
You're pretty sure that if you pull the tower, you're probably going to be accosted by them.
Yeah, they're gonna spot us right away
It
once
does
that
look like
tower's
they're
gone.
watching you wherever you go, so
What the hell's the point of this 5-man squad behind us?
they're watching where you go.
That's great. So we can fold the tower and they can watch us leave town.
They're going to watch you go to the smugglers. Got it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. If that's your goal. If you want to try that, that's certainly fine.
Next,
So the smugglers. She said she has contacts in this town.
What do you think the contacts are?
I don't know, but they're probably shitty smugglers if the town guard already knows they're smugglers.
They don't.
The
We're
town-
gonna.
They
We're
don't.
going to ID
We're the
them.
ones that
We
know
go to
they're
them and say,
smugglers.
"Hey, we gotta go."
Well,
Thank you
they
everybody
probably.
else for helping me berate Jeremy, because I thought he...
No, it's fine because the smugglers probably know the red apples, but the red apples told me that they own the guards, so they probably already know. It's probably fine.
Probably fine. As you were. Like, do what you want. I'm not going to tell you which direction you should go. I'm not going to try and pass what I've already done.
What was that place where we needed for me to have a little sleepy so I could take the wall down? We remember what location was that?
Was that it, Craig?
No, that
one
was-
location we
Andy
opened
knows.
the door and it was
It was one of the doors we
a wall.
opened. I think
Stone.
it was.
It was
let
a
me
5
look
foot
at the
wall.
roll.
It was a perfect 5 foot wall.
It was
Yeah.
the tower.
The 5 foot wall, the area that you kind of push through, the broken stone under.
No, there was
No,
a
there
different
was
one
another
that was
one. Hard
built.
Yeah, card end. That's where you
Carded,
go.
yep.
card in. Where was that on the map?
It's
We marked that?
way the fuck over here. Hold on. Here.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that puts us out of our way.
And then there was one here. And then there was one here. Well, kind of actually more here. And then there was one in Penford. And then there was one in...
Okay, so we can rule out those 3 to the south in Bedford, right? Like we don't want to be there.
I mean,
Yeah.
what about the long arm people? Those guys hate Aeonis. It looks like Aeonis is about to move out in force. We could tell them, hey, now's a perfect time to strike at those horse people.
Yeah, but they were down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they also don't like us very
Mm.
much because we got attacked by them, I think, didn't we?
Yeah,
That-
but that was some desert long arm people. You can't judge all long arm people by just
All
a small
right.
group of long arm people.
Can't you? Uh-oh.
New Jersey.
Got a racist aunt.
Uh,
It's one in every
No,
family.
No, we can't.
Anyway.
We can't.
I think our best bet actually now is Anvilvoht because we might be able to explain it to them on, why we're in their book area and why the poison's released.
It is a good halfway point between Aeonis and Bridger as well.
Yeah. But, I mean, we don't really have a lot of good options here because, there's a chance that Anvilvoht we get arrested and we're for sure getting arrested here if we stay here.
I do want to make sure you folks understand, much like Dark Flame, I did not name the episode Anvilvoht so that I was trying to force you into that space. It's just that's because where we started. So if you don't want to go there, you don't have to. Name of the episode be damned. It's not the first time you would.
What was in Ancrag?
Ancrag? The dragon, the big red dragon.
Yeah, but like, what was in the door?
It's
Deep
just
dwarfs
it's
and
literally like a
forges.
very small space and a metal door. There wasn't any material for you to grab, or you would have already done it based on Uther's practice with those books. You're like, shit, it's not bolted down, it's mine.
And Mithril hammers.
We still hammers from Jonas.
Jonas is where the hammers were located. It was the ringing tower.
Well, we can't go to Jonas because we're wanted and cool there.
You could go there. Because remember, your
Yeah.
mission had one other option. You could go to Ionis, take over its leadership, and then make them come back from their foray because they have no supply lines.
There's a dragon there.
Break in Ionis, yes, there is. Or you can break Bridger, and to get to Bridger, it looks like the best place or way to do that of the options listed would be either to go back to Penford, start over, get through the Bandit Bridge once again, make your way all the way through the Treasury and back up and around, and Crag. That way you're starting from a slightly closer distance, or Anvilvoht, and then you just descend the mountain as quick as you can and head on down. But as I discussed with you last week, the dwarf stone cutting would have noted that you weren't very high up in the column of stone that is Anvilvoht. You were actually relatively lower, so it probably wouldn't be too hard to descend it and exit.
All right, let's
It's
eat
also
up as
there.
much of the time as we can. I'm going to really make a meal out of making preparations at the tower. Just really go through a bunch of bullshit, hand gestures, and make it look like I'm putting a lot of effort into it. I'm going to buy some nice salt and put some circles down.
Start LARPing as if you were like the people who murdered you hundreds and hundreds of times.
Sure.
They made weird, cool spell gestures. You just start doing that. Shit.
Yeah, I'm doing Naruto hand
Yeah.
signs.
What are they called?
I'll
Judos?
Chidori here and there.
Jutsus. That's it. Jutsu.
Yeah, I'm gonna jutsu this shit.
All right.
And in between toying with that, I'm just gonna study the options screen, and literally all it is there's the option of all the bookshelves and return.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, and then the ones that you come prepackaged with. Except for the phone call can't be used.
Okay.
Do we have another well out here somewhere?
Not
Yeah,
the-
but we have to fight the guy
not since
for it.
the Ocean Temple.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper wolf guy.
the rank.
What?
Yeah,
The
that
rank.
guy.
Steve knows
Um,
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sardik the Dark Wolf is the guy's name.
Oh, that guy. Fuck
Yeah.
that guy. Knocking my shit out of my hands. Fucking bullies.
Jeremy. The guy comes on screen, you're just like this, you're just like with just the patience of a saint. Anywho, for you folks there, yeah, there is a soul well nearby, but it's one that's obviously hostile, so
Well,
I came taking this one.
I'm thinking we try going back to Anvilvoht, since it's the closest thing to a goal that we have. I'm aiming to eat up as much of the 24 hours as possible, so that gas can sort of settle. If that makes sense.
If somebody found it and capped it, sure.
Well, they didn't.
Worst case scenario, like you just have to run through it and click the door and it'll open, and then the gas will have another.
Worst case scenario, Rolling Rock will run through the door,
Yeah, I'll flip
and
the
I
door
can
open.
misty step past all that bullshit.
Just gotta, and then I'm sure one of the scribes, someone will know how to turn it off. If they haven't already. I'm sure it'll be fine.
So after about an hour, those of you who were in the room when it burst and didn't make your save, you kind of get over it. There's still like the lingering kind of like aftertaste of it, but like that entire time, it just kind of filled your entire body with like the just absolute foulness of it. But yeah, you do get over your poisoning condition, and as you kind of build up the space there and prepare, all the shops start closing down. A lot of the citizenry kind of move back to the whatever they were doing before they came out as a rabble, and the town guard basically once again started off as like 50, then shunned it down to 25, and now there's probably about 15 left, or 10, 12, 15. They come in by, so about 15 left, and the guy who was leading them has also remained.
Oh, cool. Seeing this off. Yeah, our apologies. Nothing more to say, really.
You all enter into the tower.
Bye.
You're in the tower.
Everybody's good?
Yeah. Everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know the plan.
Anybody against Anvilvoht? Anybody with a different vote than Anvilvoht?
Where is Anvilvoht?
North of us.
That
A
thing.
lot of people pinged it.
I'm excited because it's near Flap Flap, and I just really want to buy some dynamite off these goblins to blow Bridger.
You know we're gonna miss the flight again. You know Flap Flap's taking off the second week.
Is that where they landed?
They landed
Yeah.
near there.
Okay, I was gonna say I hadn't moved in a while. Okay,
Just I'll buy a goblin fishing pole.
fuck it. Let's go get arrested somewhere else.
Okay. Well, that's the play. We go in.
Okay.
We go to Anvilvoht.
Change the dial. Okay.
Guess.
You open the door.
Well, if I open the door, I can't access the soul well, he said.
Oh, I didn't. Did I say that?
Yeah.
No, the dial on the door does not
The
work.
dial
if the door's
doesn't
open.
The
You can't
dial
change
doesn't
the
work.
dial.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. So keep in mind, when you made the tower appear, you were not in the tower. You were outside of it, right out front side the door. So keep
Right.
that in mind. You probably could try to cause it to return while you're in it, but you're either going to remain with it or you're going to remain where it was. And that's just, you're not sure how that's going to turn out. So it's up to you how you want to do that.
That is interesting. Now let's ditch it in Anvilvoht. We have any means of covering our mouths
No,
before we open that door?
I have the poison resistance. I'll take care of it. Even if I fail again, it's fine.
Okay, but that's still probably gonna fill this room with gas.
We know it's filled with gas, and you can hold your breath for, was it 1 minute plus your con mod?
Yeah, so if you're covering your mouth and nose, you should be fine.
Okay.
Bodhi's got a sprint, but the rest of us will be fine.
Wait, what is it? 1 minute plus what?
Plus your con modifier.
So no minutes.
Minus minutes.
Is there a minimum?
No,
I think it's minimum 1 minute.
it's 1 minute.
Oh, thank God.
Can't hold
It's a
your breath for
really
4
long
seconds.
time.
Yeah,
He can't hold his
I
breath
think
at
the
all.
world record is like 4 minutes.
No, like
No, it's like 7.
Or yeah, more than
the
that.
yeah, it's like 7. The actresses did that in the Avatar movie.
24 minutes is the world record.
Jesus.
So I think 4 is like
How
below
is that?
average for synchronized
24
swimmers.
minutes and 37 seconds. What?
Is they okay?
I'm sure.
Probably.
I guess.
I'm not. We're not reading about
Yeah, let's not
Croatia's
focus back on
Budimir
that.
Savat.
But alleged, apparently.
All right, covering our mouths.
I mean, based on
Rock,
that,
you
his
got the
con
door.
is
Yeah, so we go through. I'll just run up and click both doors, but they
sweet.
open up.
Plus
We'll
20.
make a dramatic entrance.
Yeah, so when you open it up, the mist, for lack of a better way of kind of describing what the materia is at this point, has a low gravity to it. It's kind of about maybe a foot off the ground, kind of in clumps of is kind of thick, patchy smoke. And when you open the door, there's like a little bit of brushback, like as the, it blows into the space, but it's not lifting up off the ground. It seems that it's kind of settled now and is lower. There are bits of the green material on the ground, and like the splashing you can see on the walls from when it first. Yeah, again, the gas is not filling the room. It smells just horrid, but it's nowhere near as bad when you first crack that bad boy open.
Not fresh. What's on like either side of the doorway inside Anvilvoht?
Back in there. All right.
Book jail.
Don't worry, guys. It's like any respectable dwarven stronghold. These people will have a brewmaster guild hall, and I got the inside there. So
You
don't
got the
worry.
book jail to the south. There are the shelves, as I mentioned, books all the way up and down.
Could you please temporarily draw me a small line that represents where the actual doorway is we're coming in from?
Oh, sure, you got it.
My concern is if I have to use the lodestar with the soul well to return the tower,
It will be in the rock.
and the lodestar is inside that tower, the lodestar is gone, or it's lodged somewhere in that mountain.
Accurate.
Well, we drew the symbol in the tower, right? Like the one where the guy cries.
What?
The one the guy gave you the pin. You know, you drew the symbol, and he said he'll look wherever you draw the symbol and see if it's something he wants to reclaim.
Yeah, I don't want to lose the lodestar because that's what saved us.
No. What I'm saying is, we just leave it there, and then he'll look at that spot, and if it's burned down by then, he'll be like, "Oh,
He can't go into something that doesn't exist."
We don't want to burn it down. We don't want it to burn down.
So, Bodhi, very good catch. It will be the case that someone will need to be inside the tower when it is returned.
And inside the tower is inside rock.
Don't know where it'll end up.
well, I guess we can all be in it in return."
You're not sure
If
whether
you
it's
guys-
the case that the tower is going to move to where you're at. You're not sure what's going to happen. The only thing
Right.
you know for certain is when you were standing outside of the hole in the ground, you used the lodestar, and it had the return option. When you
And
use it-
everywhere else that we went, it was just a door.
yeah,
There wasn't a tower
Doesn't
outside
look
of
like
it.
there was
There
a
wasn't
door
any
either.
indication of a tower ever existing there.
right. That's 100% correct.
So we're sending this to like subspace or some bullshit. Everybody get back inside for a second. I'm gonna hit return, see where we go. Hold your breath. Clench
Okay.
everything.
Gotcha.
Everyone's inside. and
Yoink.
then-
Return.
The sky above, which was kind of dark because it gotten into nighttime, becomes even darker. Pitch black, solid black, a void directly above you. The door,
Exhale.
was it closed or was it open when you did it?
We would have closed it.
Okay. The door remains locked on the Anvilvoht symbol, still in one piece. That's it. That's the only difference. It's the sky directly above you changes. And also, sorry, the other thing that changes is the water directly below you becomes a pitch black void. The water that was in the center of the room.
There was water in the room?
Remember, there was the 4 gargoyle statues, hole in the floor, that led down to where the basin, or the bottom of the water collection font was.
I forgot about the gargoyles and everything else in the place.
No worries. I did not. So yeah, it remains floating there. Everything else is the same. The only thing that changes is the water below and the sky above become the void.
Uther, you're a pretty good tracker, and you're able to climb walls. You want to take a peek out that skylight?
Yup.
See where we are?
Do you want to go
If that's
up,
Just a quick 700-foot walk.
or do you want to go down, which is only about 20 feet to get to the place where the bottom of the tower would have been?
I'll go down first.
Probably easier. Yeah, looking out, it's just complete black for as far as you can see. To give it to you in a context that you would be savvy with, if we go back to the Saga game, the train was on nothing, and there was nothing all around. That's the kind of like volume you're getting in space. There's
The
no
prison inside the pyramid.
yeah, that same kind of like just darkness of like presence. There's nothing, and there's no unlike that specific instance. There's no flashes or anything. It's just black as far as you can see, a void that's unending.
Ezekiel, be a dear. Spin that dial back to Anvilvoht.
Still locked on Anvilvoht because you remember you.
And, well, I wanted him to have fun with it. And crack that door for me.
Yeah. I'll do so.
Pops open. It's the same exact space as you left it.
Okay, so the
There's a little
tower's
less smoke 'cause
just
it would've
gone.
Came in and like exited out of the tower.
Alright, this is best case scenario.
I'm
Tower's
still
gone
gonna
and
scout the top,
summonable.
though.
Sorry that.
I'll be,
You think?
I
I'm
have
still
fun.
gonna scout the top.
Okay.
Top. I'll be back.
You go up there, same exact thing. Endless void. And if you take a second to kind of think about it, roll an intelligence or Arcana, even though you're not trained. This is a conglomerate primer.
11.
You remember some talk of dimensionality, and you're pretty sure that this is either like the plane of shadow, although maybe not, or it's an extra dimensional or pocket space.
So as far as I know, we are in a bag of holding.
For lack of a better analogy, yeah.
Try calling for something. +3 studded leather.
Yeah, call that out. I put it on my hand. Nothing.
You
put it
gotta click your heels!
No, he said I put it on my hand, and then a baby in the bag was like, "Ah!"
Could I also try to suss out the magical nature of where we are?
Yeah, if you want to roll an Arcana check. Again, he's looking at it a bit more direct. So from description, you would agree that it looks like you're in an extra dimensional space.
Okay, doke.
Alright, well, tower's safe. Books are safe. Even more books are safe. Good job, Uther.
All the books.
And let's go meet some nice dwarves, huh?
We hope
That'll
so.
be good.
Just be ready, because once we step out, there is no going back.
I don't want to go back there. Those guys are assholes.
Like,
Okay.
even the pocket dimension, though. It's gone.
Oh, we could always go back to sword break some of the tower again.
Can we?
Just have to kill everybody.
Eventually, maybe.
What we need
We have
is
to kill
sky
everybody. We
ship.
have to overthrow a government.
Well, we need a sky ship, folks.
We need to change some treatise.
As was predicted by Uther, or Jeremy more precisely, as you do step out and everyone is finally out of the tower doors shut. And when they shut on this side, you're seeing the exterior, which is just clear air, and you're seeing the interior kind of disappear as the kind of seal shuts. And in this final kind of step of it closing, it just seems like it was never there at all.
Anvilvoht, huh?
Welcome to Anvilvoht.
Rolling
Thank
record.
you.
I think you've got
Thank you.
I'll be back.
Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna do the talking.
All right.
And I click the doors
by
open.
Dwarven hospitality.
Yeah,
And they
roaring
called it a
fires,
mine?
salted meat off the bone.
Pulling them inwards, they start to exit inwards. You see that there is actually a fold in the center of both, and they fold in such a way that they don't occupy the entirety of the space. Like they fold out and kind of lock in. It's almost a combination between like a one of those doors that kind of. Oh my God! What's the
Sliding
instrument?
They're
There?
called pocket doors.
Not pocket door. No. It's like an accordion. It's almost like an accordion. It kind of just folds off to the sides when you open it.
Okay.
And kind of clicks into space. But the seams were perfect, so it looked like they were just 2 metal plates instead of a dozen on each side. Inside of this space, you see very ornate-looking metal shelves. It looks like on each of them a bright white tablet locked into place by iron kind of vises. The tablets in question appear to be written in Dwarvish, but to you, Rolling Rock, you would know that they are actually tablets of Arcana. They appear to have magic written upon them. Looks like there are a total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them in this space. And it looks like above them there are rods hung from the ceiling that look like they have small little measures of cloth kind of hanging on the rods. Looks like they can be kind of grasped at certain points by a small handle and like strings hanging off of those handles, almost like a projector display. Does that make sense?
No.
You know, like
Oh, yeah, like
the
you pull the
projector,
screen
you
down.
pull them down, you pull the screen down. So like, the
Oh,
rods are
okay.
hanging from these kind of iron bars on the ceiling, and then the
Got
bars are actually kind of like long enough. They look like they have a bit of cloth, and string can pull those cloths down to
Okay.
cover up
Hey.
the tablets.
Before we go too far, we should probably close that lid and not get in trouble in a different town. Nix, do you know mending? Rolling Rock, do you know mending?
I
We
do
try
not
to
know
make this
mending.
look like we didn't
The
sabotage it.
The lid is closed. It did close after it was kind of. They opened it. It spewed its materia, and then it dropped on its own. So it's shut. But the iron bindings and the rivets are in such a way that to get it to look like it was never tampered with would take days. Like, it's a lot easier to destroy than it is to create or repair.
Mending doesn't fix broken.
Mending will fix the iron binds. It will not fix the rivets.
But we're gonna do the best we can. Fix those iron binds.
Okay. You reseal
Maybe turn it the other way so it's facing a different direction.
And that's it. That's
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Rotate the couch cushion.
Okay. Yeah.
Throw a nice sheet over it.
I will say this: as you're kind of working towards it, and you have the door open, what you notice is that there isn't really a lot in the way of auditory echo. It seems like the walls are very, very good at stopping sound. So even though you're making a bunch of noise, slapping the metal on, hitting the rivets, did that in the beginning, and are now pushing it and kind of like on the stone, it doesn't feel like much of that's getting into the next room. And your presumption is that there are doors across from that spot. They're probably not getting into the room beyond that.
All right, boys. Now we explore.
But probably another about 30 or so minutes, just, magical binding and trying to make it look nice. But yeah, another door similar to the one in question. And as I mentioned, down this hallway, on either side, there are a number of stone tablets that appear to have like dwarvish arcana written on them.
Would it be the equivalent of like written spell, essentially?
Correct.
Cool. Yeah, a lot of people like to store spells, even in the dwarves.
Strange that it would be connected to a place that is also a repository of spell storing. Just a nicer location for these specific articles in question.
Wow. Oh, alright, well...
Do you take a gander at these, or do you move past them?
Well, this group's all peanut brains, so I don't think we'll be able to decipher these, so let's open these doors.
You sure? Nobody else wants to
I'll
check?
pull. You said there was something we could pull down, right?
Yeah, you can pull down. It seems like it's just like a curtain that kind of covers.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought it was like we pull it down and it gives us like the answer.
No. Nobody wants to check the tablets out?
I'll look at
I'll look
them.
at them, but-
We're not learned men.
Yeah, like I'll summon up Grandpappy to give me that Arcana help, but...
No problem. The further you go in, you'll note that this one on the far side appears to have a different, I don't know if that's, hold on. There we go. This one over here doesn't look like it's in the same kind of seating as the rest of them. Instead, it looks like it's in kind of a mithril kind of binding. And the tablet itself looks like it's a bit more neatly rounded than the other ones, which are a bit more harshly just kind of placed. It's kind of like looking at the difference between like a really nice, one of those polished gravestones you see, like nowadays versus like, the old ruined stone tablets of yesteryear. This one also appears to be written in Elvish.
Is it readable or is it just like spell words?
Yeah, it's spell words, but if you're able to kind of, cast spells, you would be able to work out the spell in question.
Yeah.
So the spell in question that is listed here
Do we speak
appears
Elvish?
to be the spell
guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you speak Elvish, it would be easier to read it for sure.
Any of us?
No,
For real?
I speak
I
Elvish.
don't speak Elvish.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah, I
gonna
speak-
say, there's no
Ezekiel,
way
what does it
not
say?
one of the 5 of us took Elvish,
I don't.
Yeah.
nor
I've got,
fucking
Wait, no one
Arcana.
knows Elvish?
I got
No,
Common,
Ezekiel
Draconic, Elvish,
Ezekiel's
and
got it.
Giant.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I got 7 languages, and Elvish is not one of them.
I don't want to talk to them.
I was confused. I was like, okay, Bodhi might have it, right? You just have Sylvan. You don't have Elvish?
Celestial Common, Draconic, Sylvan.
Hilarious. Okay, yeah, so looking at the magic and basically acting as translator to everyone. Because you don't understand what it means, but saying it out loud and kind of translating it aids the others. This spell appears to be a spell known as Nistel's Magic Aura. And so what you would know of spell tablets is that if a spell tablet is read by a character or creature that has the spells known category instead of a spell book, it becomes a spell that is added to their listing of spells. The specific one can be learned by any arcane spellcasting class, even though the Nistel's Magic Aura is normally a class spell for wizards only. So it can be learned by Artificer, Bard, Sorcerer, Warlock.
Not Rangers, huh?
You cast Divine, yeah.
What does the spell
Technically
entail?
Divine. So Nistel's Magic Aura is one you can do or look up in the compendium. But for shorthand, basically, when you cast the Magic Aura, it creates a illusion that makes it so you cannot be pried upon by divination spells. It also has the ability to kind of create a false aura instead to make a magic item or a magical spell look like it's a spell or magic item of a different essence than it actually is.
So you could technically make a fireball look like a firebolt.
That would be a very poor use of the spell, but yeah, you could do that.
It's a kidnapping spell.
Correct. Or if you're being tracked.
Hey, we are just running the spectrum right now, aren't we?
We definitely have the Fireball's a popular spell in D&D, and then we also have I like doing crimes. So we have two different kind of mentalities on it. There's like the explosions, and also the fuck is wrong with you?
Good luck finding this guy.
You never will. But yeah, that's what the spell does. Reading it takes the total sum of 1 hour, and once it's read, the tablet breaks, and you have the spell on your spell list. It also weighs about 10 pounds if you just want to take it with you.
That would be stealing.
Is the dwarven one in the same vein, but you said it's just older script?
Yeah, it's this one's it's of the same, like they're all different. This one appears to be looks like it's made by elves, where the other ones look like they were made by dwarves.
Can we kind of double back and read the dwarf one just to see what spell is
There
on?
are the dwarf ones. Reading them, you would note that these are all spells that have to do with earth shaping. One of them is a spell known as Earthbind.
Oh, I know that.
There is another one here that is. They're all, if they're coming from a divine sense, which they appear to have kind of carryover, they're not an actual divine spellcasting marker because there aren't many divine spellcasting classes that require knowing spells. And none of these exhibit that. These are all arcane only. So Earthbind is one that would transfer over to a arcanist. The only reason I'd be willing to allow either Nyx or Bodhi to learn this Elvish one is because Bodhi, I think, has Sylvan. I don't know about Nyx, so
He has primordial.
that'd be closer to the dwarf one.
Is there earthen grasp on any of these tablets?
Nope.
Oh, that's a cool one, but I don't know it. I've only heard about it.
Just 3 tablets of shape earth.
There is
Is
actually
it, what is this?
God damn it!
there are actually
Baby's first
repeats.
Earth ending?
There are actually repeats. It does look like a couple of them, like these three here on the far side. They do look like they are actually stone shaped.
I mean, if you guys can learn stone shape, that's probably useful, because I can only cast it once a day.
I shape that stone. Let's go.
I don't
So
think I'm allowed.
Yeah, again, you are a divine caster. These are all for arcane only.
Again, isn't this property?
It's not your property.
Look, we're not welcome anywhere, is what I'm getting at. Fucking nowhere likes us.
Yeah,
we're
'cause the
Our
conglomerate
boss-
we're
sucks.
misfits.
Our
we
boss hates me.
No,
We're
he
misfits.
doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He does not. He saved you. You were like
Then
the.
why did he kill him 700 times?
He did not do that. That was not him. He saved him the one time he ever got saved in his whole life.
We're welcome. Fuck all on the planet.
He was like this, like mangy little like
Go.
bear. Like,
Oh, I
stuck-
broke a
stuck
treaty.
on the bottom
Oh, there's a
shelf,
dragon here.
covered in dust in a Walgreens. Just a little stuffed animal, and he's the little guy who came in and bought him. He bought him, and everybody looked at him weird. And the little bear said, "You saved me. Why?" And he's like, Bodhi. That's how it
To
went.
do some heinous shit.
He doesn't do anything. That
We're supposed to be out here, like, spreading good words about the conglomerate. We're like, oh yeah, stuff that isn't ours, but we could take. Let's take it.
Because the conglomerate's a piece of shit.
Oh, sorry. You went around the corner. It looked like. Yeah. So there were
That
two
one.
items that are present there, Silas, that are not like the others. There is a very large stone book that is covered in adamantine bindings, and then there is a stone hand that looks like it's hand-sized, not like overly massive. That's on a mantle, kind of sitting there as well.
Does it say anything?
Don't you
No
dare
words.
put your hand in there.
It's just sitting there, just
Yeah, it's like seated on a little display, and then the book next to it is kind of standing on end, facing out towards you.
can I take one of my normal hand axes out and kind of put it inside of the hand?
No, hand's not open. Sorry, it's kind of like this.
Oh, it's in fist. It's monkey paw. It's already been used up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
maybe it's reverse monkey paw.
And the thing, yeah.
I do.
I'm gonna go this next door and I'm gonna try to open it.
Okay, yeah, it opens.
It's green in here.
It is indeed. So there is a bright kind of greenish aura coming from the floor. It does look like there is some sort of glass tube in the ground, kind of seems like the glass was shaped in such a way to kind of form these small little vial-like tubes that take up the shape of these strange runes on the ground. And they're seated neatly inside of the stone like this was done for purpose. There are a total of 5 stone platforms kind of standing around this space, probably about 3 feet high each. So I'm looking through walls.
I'm trying
Yeah,
not to.
Jody,
I was
shame
trying
on
to
you.
see if I could count the
Well, I'm
number
going
of
to try and
things.
stop you from being able to do it ever again. You fucking guy. I've stopped you from doing it. You can no longer do it.
I guess I'm grabbing this tablet off the wall. If people want me to learn new spells, I don't understand.
Like I was saying, these stone structures, these kind of panels, look like on their interior they have similar glass markings that are also kind of glowing green. For real life kind of analogies, it looks like these are neon tubes that are glowing green. It doesn't look like they're connected to anything like a neon display would be, but it just looks like very similar to what you would expect of a neon kind of display. There's a bright red door, which kind of has a weird ambiance with the green light kind of hitting against it on the side that would continue your path up. Then there are a total of 4 doors, 2 on the left, 2 on the right in this space. Did you just turn that printer on?
No?
Any another ones one in?
My cat turned the printer on.
I'm gonna open the red doors.
Okay.
In preventing people from moving through walls, I'm pretty sure you locked my token. I can't move at all.
So,
You're already stuck in a wall.
There we go.
So, okay. As you move to open these doors, what you will note is as you kind of push on them, it does seem that these are not under, or this door is not following the same rules as the past two doors. This door seems to have a weight to it that requires you to kind of push it out. These are not open inwards doors like the other two were. And it feels like the weight of it allows for you to kind of push it open and peek out if you want to do that. Or just go full bore and just...
I'll peek.
So the nerds need an escort to put their books away.
Okay.
Jeremy, you're forgetting. This is book jail.
So what you'll note is as you kind of slowly open the door, you can hear the sounds of people inside this large cavity beyond. And it sounds like there's talking and kind of folks in and about this empty space that you're kind of looking out into. You can see that down the steps there looks like there's some manner of camp. From what you can see over a railing that's probably about 10 feet down. And you see what looks like a bandit sitting on a big ass kego something. Not a dwarf. Just sitting there kind of picking his fingernails with a dagger. Stop turning the printer on.
I need to get the paperwork done.
I
Print
would,
his taxes.
I would slowly close the door and go back to the group and let them know that there seems to be abandoned camp outside.
He's tax out. Tax out. Oh, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. I hate this, Dad. Stop it.
I want to read the rock book.
How do you know they're banned?
I want the glove.
Want to unfurl the
It doesn't
fist.
look like it.
I want the fist. Yeah.
One at a time. Someone said something about a rock book.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it.
You pick it up and you see that it's bound with adamantine bindings, not too dissimilar from manufacture as the iron bindings that were on the poop case. Looking at the side of it, it does look like there's a very massive lock on the side that would unseal all four of the bindings that are present. So there's the main center binding, 4 bindings on the exterior, and it looks like the one binding kind of on the middle line. So if you were to unlock this lock, it kind of causes it so you can slither these off of the sides of the book. But barring that, it looks like the book is unreadable. And the
And
pages,
hate nerds.
the pages look like they are thin slabs of stone. And then
We need to take that book with us.
somebody said something about it weighs 15 pounds when you put it on your sheet, by the way. Ezekiel, you were saying something about the hand?
Yeah.
You what?
Yeah. Can I pick it up?
You grab a hold of it and pick it up, yeah. It weighs a good 5 pounds.
Okay. Is it like just like a whole rock hand, or is it like a
It's like
glove
a
or
person's
something?
hand that looks like it's made of stone, yeah.
Is it like you said it was in like a clenching motion, right?
Kind of like this.
Is there anything that's like in its palm?
No.
No. We might need this for the.
Okay. So you have a hand, and Uther has a book, and Silas, you were saying something about closing the door, right?
I was going to slowly let the door close and then go back and tell the group.
Doesn't look like anybody noticed you. But yeah, it definitely looked like you could see one guy. It definitely sounded like there was probably half a dozen or so people, maybe more, inside of the space beyond. You need to stop it, baby cat. You need to stop it. You're being a little crap face.
And the things on the wall that are magic spells.
The tablets back in this in the room that you were in.
Yes.
Yeah. So
They can be taken off the wall. They can be read by casters.
Yeah, you can take the tablet with you. And like I said, it weighs however many pounds I said. I think it was 15 or 25.
10 or something.
25 for the
Oh, is it?
tablets. Yeah.
Jesus.
The whole book was 15.
Yeah, it's smaller.
This is a stone. Well,
The tablets
book was
or
stone,
the
too.
pages inside are thin slabs of stone, whereas this is
yeah,
Well,
but they're
that
pages
tablet to
of
me sounds
stone.
smaller than a 4-volume book.
no. Tablets. When I say tablets, I'm talking like the size of the 10 Commandments style kind of tablets. Like I'm talking.
Fuck
about,
it, I'll just read it here. I'm just gonna persevere and read it all in one go. If
Short
I need
rest,
to learn
boys.
more, if
Watch
I need
the
to learn
door.
more spells.
All right, if you want to take the short.
Wait,
rest,
does it take that long?
takes
1
an
hour.
Oh fuck, carry Ezekiel, carry
Sweet.
this.
We got time.
Okay, so the only
But there's
two,
bandits.
the only two that you feel are going to be of any substantive use for you would be the Sylvan one, translatory. You're able to kind of do that, and then Nyx, the only one that you feel would be of any use for you would be the Stone Shape one. If you're able to cast, what are Stone Shape? Stone Shape is a 4th level spell. Can you cast 4th level spells?
Who?
You, Nyx.
You.
So sorry. Yes, I can.
So you could learn Stone Shape here, even though it's not
Oh.
typically a bard spell.
I will learn it.
And what were the spells available?
Those are the only
Otherwise?
two that would be substantively important. The other ones are pretty just baseline, statically boring stuff. Detect Magic is on offer. Identify is on offer.
I'll snag identify.
There'll be another hour to read that as well. So if you want to spend,
Oh, we're just carrying the. I'm carrying this. I'm not
Oh.
reading it right now.
No, sit down and read at least one of them. We'll stow the other.
I mean, I'm reading Stone Shape. Might as well, right?
We know there are
Okay.
bandits outside the door, but they don't know we're here. We came
I
in
guess
through magical means.
I'm learning Nistel's magic aura.
Oh, by the way, John, I seem to be stuck in the wall.
whose fault is that?
I don't know.
Yours.
And everybody else is all gray.
I will carry your second tablet of Identify for you until you need it.
Thank you.
And
How do I put this in my spell list from the compendium? Lovely.
so while they're reading that, can we spin hit dice?
Yeah, short rest.
Sweet.
Oh, you got poisoned. I was like, what the hell did you get a fight? We just had a long rest.
Ezekiel,
took half
we'll do
damage.
Song of Rest, which I'll put it in the chat. It allows you to do some maximizing.
Whoops.
Are you going to be able to cast and read at the same time?
Is it an instant? That's an action. He can.
Well,
he
no,
can
he
cast.
can't. He can read the tablet while taking a short rest. I'm okay with that.
But can he cast in addition to reading the book during
Not
a short
casting
rest?
anything. Song of Rest is
Not
the
casting.
ability.
Oh.
I could whistle a soothing tune.
Correct.
I
Having
could
Nick around is pleasant, except for the parts when he does puns. And so,
Fuck
because
you.
of his pleasantness, that's
So-
Damn it!
Does Nick roll the d6 or do we? It says
I
you get an
roll it.
extra d6. Okay.
Remind me to save these locks once we get them off this book.
A 1. Beautiful. Sorry, folks.
Put them on
Hey.
Nick's pun book.
Hey, Bodhi.
Yeah.
Bodhi. What do you
Yeah.
call a potato that wears glasses?
All right, game's
I don't
over
know
for today.
A spectator.
Huh.
All right.
Next, remind me to get a.
Better book for you.
Something for lashing
Oh,
people.
I have more, but I'll wait.
Next, go cut me a switch.
I want you to go outside right now and choose your switch.
Tough crowd.
That's fun.
Make a non-magical object
He comes
appear
back in for
magical.
Nintendo
A
Switch
magical
episode.
object appear non-magical. Change the object's magical aura so that it appears to belong to a specific school of magic. Oh boy. Oh man, did you ever watch Almost Heroes when he's trying to teach Chris Farley the alphabet? No, nobody gets that one. Okay.
I mean, I get the reference, but
No.
I'm mostly just
I used to play characters that punch people.
Anything else between people who are not taking the rest during the hour that's happening here? Obviously not rushing out fighting or anything, but
So there was a fist and a book on that side of the hall. Is there
yep.
anything on
And
this
you go
side
to
of
the
the
other
hall?
side, there's nothing. It's just an empty.
Oh,
Looks like it was a place for something nice and neat, but it definitely looks like it is currently empty. The shelf here.
well, that's depressing. Sorry, how did Silas and Rizio get poisoned again? This green stuff?
Yeah, it should be gone
No.
now, though.
Yeah, it was when we opened the thing. I didn't get poisoned. I just took half damage.
You would have taken damage.
It was whenever you made the
You should have taken
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, but then we waited 24 hours before we left in the
No,
tower.
there-
Didn't
No, we didn't take the long rest. We waited till like the time was pretty much up to leave.
Because yeah, wasn't that 15 hours or something that Bodhi told him he needed?
I don't think you guys actually said you were staying that long. You just kind of, I said, so you're going, and they did.
Oh, I heard him
Zach
say
said
that
he
on-
used as much of the time.
I
as
was
he possibly could.
taking
Yeah.
up as much of the time as possible.
So, again, there was no determination. So, from the determinant, it was go get the armor, come back, gone, is what I kind of gathered. It was still nighttime when you were leaving. And no one argued when I said that, so I just want to be sure we're all on the same page. I don't think there was a long rest that happened.
Okay. I guess I'll spend some mid dice.
Yeah, don't ever presume a rest. That's, yeah, ask if we're having one. Especially since I have to kind of deal with the potential leveling and stuff and taking therein when it comes to long rests. But yeah, there are 4 doors besides, like I said, inside of this space. There are the panels that I mentioned with the strange kind of neon markers in it, and then the ground. This is kind of a dais, so you can walk around it. You don't have to go up onto it. But it looks like the panels are kind of arched and curved in such a way that they're kind of forming like a focus on the center of the space.
Take a peek. Where did you say there were bandits? And they were definitely bandits. There was no question, no doubt in your mind. Silence.
They definitely look like bandits.
They definitely looked like bandits. All right.
How many?
I just saw one, but I heard a number talking.
You got yourself a nutty bar there. That sounds pretty good.
Does sound really
Hell
good.
yeah, brother.
Bang, bang. It's like, this is what peak chef quality is like. Peanut butter, chocolate flavor.
I couldn't.
Is
find
the
my
door
Oreos.
currently open or not?
He opened it and then closed it, so it's currently not.
Okay.
And like I said, there are 4 other doors in this room that you should be able to see, and then the panels in the center of the room. And I just need to know if anybody ends up stepping on the dais in the center. That's important.
I'm gonna try to open this
Not
door right here.
intentionally.
It's locked.
Okay.
I'm gonna give myself a little mage armor, and I will extend the courtesy to Uther if he wants it. I know I didn't get the armor he wanted.
Does it work if you're wearing armor?
It overrides it. So basically, when you have 2
Okay.
sources of armor, you choose one or the other. It may,
Then sure, I'll allow it.
yeah, maybe it
yeah.
doesn't say it,
Oh, I'll twin the spell and grab him by the shoulder.
as a-
Because he should be in front of me. All of
Behind
you
you
should be in
sniping.
front of me.
Huh?
He's either right in front of you with 2 swords, or he's in the back sniping.
No, he's still near or in front of me.
More than fair. But yeah, if you check all 4 of these doors, they're all locked.
Nobody wants to test stepping on the big ominous thing in the middle.
Nah.
No,
Crack the
thank
door
you.
Maybe that guy does.
Yeah,
Let's knock him out and throw him on the dais.
I'll open the door slowly.
Okay. Go ahead.
Silas, can I stand where you are?
Since you spent about an hour, a couple things have shifted positionally. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. So across the way now, you see there's a guy who's kind of looking down in this direction. From the sounds of it, it sounds like there's kind of a hammering or kind of like a chiseling happening in the stone over that way to the north. You would also see that there's another bandit here who is vigorously at work, but also kind of like stopping and kind of annoyed at a lock on the door. It doesn't seem he's having much in the way of luck, and you see him kind of pull out, in the time that you're watching him, you see him pull up a picks and kind of look at them as they're ruined and kind of toss them to the side, and then reach into his kit to grab another set. And the guy who was sitting on the big old barrel of wine, he's still up there, but his legs are kind of dangling over the edge, and he's kind of like laying back, and he definitely has like the plush of a person who is like neatly drunk. And
See, I told you
and
they look like
unconscious.
bandits.
Yeah, they definitely don't have keys.
Yeah.
You guys want to start a combat?
I'm fine with that.
I got an idea or two.
About?
What I could do with this dais.
Okay, then I'm going to shoot the lockpicker in the head.
I forgot to click on this.
Are they red scarves, red apples, red
Hey, I
what?
rolled the same damn thing.
No currently identifiable markers, since the doorway is kind of being held by Uther as an open fully. If you want to try and usurp him as he's getting his bow ready to fire it and see what's going on.
No, I could always wait. From the back.
I was gonna vortex warp the drunk guy.
You're not doing anything with the floor?
I'm gonna vortex warp him onto it.
Okay. So we're going to
Gonna
go ahead
cast
and
Giant Physical
set up
Mob.
an initiative order. You are attacking, but you will be doing so during a round where they will all be surprised. And then we'll move into the flow of combat as it progresses therein. So go ahead.
How high was the ceiling in there?
It's massively high, and
500 feet.
it actually looks like there's a large cavity directly above kind of this space here.
Okay, I'm going to put Zephyr Strike on myself before I attack.
Somebody needs to get a dentist down here.
Do you do so with the door open or no?
No.
Okay. Anybody else need to roll?
Oh, you beat me up. Right at the end.
It's like we're waiting on Nick's initiative.
Next.
Andy,
I'm sorry, yes?
roll initiative, please.
So sorry.
No worries. You were just daydreaming.
You know how I do.
You're like, I gotta think about puns. Maybe I need to
It takes a lot of work to get some puns that are mediocre.
step up my game. So
God
Nick,
damn it.
during the surprise round, you kind of backed off a bit. Do you want to do anything? It does look like Uther is preparing to engage with a sniping attack from the narrowly opened doorway.
I'm going to ready in action to
Oh.
fire off a sharp note. If no,
Sorry, hold on. Before we get started, I want to stress this to Silas because I've mentioned it, but I don't think the message was kind of caught on. The doors are heavy. These red doors are heavy. They will require an action from a person with strength 13 or higher to open them. So
I'm on.
just want to make sure that that is the case. You understand that that is the case. I did mention they are heavier doors. I just want to make sure you understand what that means mechanically.
How far are they open, and what can we actually
Just
see?
enough
Since
for
it's
him to be able to get an arrow through. Literally arrow slit level, because Silas said he was just kind of doing a little peek, and then when Uther said, I want it open a little bit more, Silas said, or opened up again rather, Silas opened it up the same.
alright.
okay. So I can't see anything that I've seen.
Correct. You are
Okay.
further back and away, correct.
Okay, so actually what I'll do is I'm gonna power slide on my knees right here beneath the big Goliath. I can look through the open door, correct?
The door is
We
not
were
open.
Oh, I thought it was opened.
We're
just
trying not to
described
step
the
on that
nature
green
of
thing.
the
Yeah,
door.
that green thing you just stepped on
But-
slid over.
Oh,
The
Oh,
double red door
okay.
is open in such a way that the only person who's really looking at it is the person on the left side of the door, because the door is just narrowly open, the double door, so that an arrow can get through. It's like maybe
alright. Then I'm gonna wait
3
until
inches, right? Jeremy, is
yeah.
that fair? Like a good open amount for an arrow to fire through?
I'm pretty small.
Probably slightly wider, but not a lot. I'd
Yeah.
say like 5 max.
Anywhere
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
3 to 5 inches.
Like your hand's width.
Okay,
basically.
I'll hold my action until an enemy appears that I could shoot with my
Okay.
sharp note.
I was gonna laugh as you power slide onto the center because that was funny. For me at least. So
I
you
love jokes. I love jokes.
take a shot, you have advantage, and Dread Ambusher as well. You said you're targeting the lockpicker, that'd be this guy here.
Correct.
He'll have cover because he's behind the rail a bit, but again, not super huge. 13 will miss, though. The first arrow hits against the rail. It seems to catch this guy's attention. Not the lockpickers.
Dread
You should have
Ambusher
2 more
says
attacks.
26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll work.
I'll pop the mark on that one.
Okay. Alright, that'll kill him. Arrow goes right through the side of his head.
And I guess I can still shoot. I do have a shot left.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
shoot the drunk guy.
The drunk
Aw.
guy? You're not gonna shoot this guy who's looking at you now?
I assume the door's blocking me and him.
Absolutely correct. Thank you. Good. Good measure.
I don't think I can see over there.
Yeah, you can.
I would love to shoot a dude that's not drunk in the head.
Oh, the honest gamer.
Honest
That's honor.
gamer, I appreciate that. I do. I really do. So go ahead and take the shot against the drunk guy. He's prone, so you have disadvantage, but he's incapacitated, so you have advantage. The point is, it's a straight shot. 26 hits,
Well, yeah,
and he's dead.
13.
All
I'll
right.
move. I got some speed.
Bodhi?
I'll take some steps back.
For a surprise round, can I
Correct.
hold an action to ask somebody else to throw a door open?
Well, you can just say that as a free action, then ready an action to do something.
Awesome. Ezekiel, can you throw that door open for me?
And you get a ready action to CDC. But
I'm readying an action to cast Vortex Warp.
Sure. Ezekiel.
Throw the door open.
All right. So pushing the door open, you're able to kind of push both open as your action. You can move if you like, but this will trigger the Vortex Warp reaction. You're targeting this gentleman here.
Yes.
All right. And there's a DC for Vortex Warp if you're casting it on a non-willing creature, right?
Yes. I wanted it.
And the save is a what save?
Casting hand, sorry.
No worries.
Boop.
Wouldn't my sharp note attack also trigger?
Yes.
Constitution 14.
Okay, so he will pass.
Ah, dick. I
And
hate
the
when they
sharp
do
note,
that.
He has cover because he's behind the rail, so +2 to his AC. Go ahead.
Okay.
Take the shot.
15.
So that will miss.
Okay.
You see it kind of cut the railway as he kind of turns and looks at you and sees that he's kind of being attacked. He is surprised, but free actions are free actions. He will go ahead and say,
I didn't get to move my movement.
"Go ahead, take your movement." Sorry.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I didn't want to walk out until I got all those done. I'm just gonna move out to here. So that's it.
The steps are a bit steep, so it's about 10 feet down. But you can see, the width isn't very wide. It's not a very kind of steep drop. So any movement on the steps, so if you're moving down, will be difficult terrain.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see.
He is going to, as a free action, yell, "Ambush! Ambush!"
Yeah, I'll move down here and then just kind of block the steps.
Point in your direction. All right, rolling rock. You're up.
I'll run out. Take a little look-see. Make room for someone else. And I can use my news spell because you said it's like 10 foot down and then 10 foot back up to where that guy is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll use my news spell.
Do you look to the left at all?
Yeah, kind of get my surroundings, I guess.
Yeah, there's some people in this corner, and kind of you can hear from there. They look like non-combatants, which is why they do not have tokens. It looks like they are people who have been stripped down to little more than a loincloth, who are kind of covered with lashes and marks that are mining.
Are they dwarves?
There are a couple dwarves. They're mostly human.
Oh, it's my people, my kin. Say, how dare you defile these dwarven grounds? And I'll say, now you will feel the wrath of the ancestors, and I'll cast Gift of Orzova on myself, sprouting stone wings that definitely should not allow me to fly, but they definitely do.
You're a
Silence.
gargoyle.
You're up, and also temporary hit points. Don't forget
Oh.
when you.
But then, yeah, bonus and then bonus action, Shillelagh.
Silence
Big old
moves to
typo
the-
in that spell.
Yeah. I wrote it myself.
he can-
Did you really?
It's from a John book.
can
You
just
forgot the
copy-
word wigs.
What does it give him? So multicolored glass, wings. Silence.
Bro made of hardened multicolored glass.
You just move out, right?
No, you
Yeah,
can
that's
make
all
the
I can
creature
do.
grow, and now they're multicolored glass.
Difficult terrain.
Cool.
Not my bad.
Next, top of the initiative.
Just a glass column.
Shift.
We're gonna give some bardic inspiration to Ezekiel. And then we're
Please
gonna.
tell me that door didn't close behind him.
Yeah, is it open?
It's open. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Great. We're gonna try the same attack.
Uther,
we
what's your
tried-
strength?
Go.
13.
How about
Exactly
28?
enough to open the door.
So -2 is 20, 26.
What are you talking about? I don't see an attack.
I just threw out sharp note.
I don't see it. Does anybody else see it?
28 to
Yeah,
hit.
28.
28.
15 damage.
Oh,
He did a good job.
I did it.
It's a really good roll.
So 26 with a cover.
yeah, that'll hit. Damage?
15.
That'll kill him. Sorry, bear with me. I'm having system issues now, apparently.
No problem. And I'd like to take my movement to kind of get into the corner here with avoiding this green thing apparently that we should not step on.
I was trying to teleport that nerd onto it, and it failed, and I wasted a spell slot.
It's alright.
Magic's hard.
Yeah.
That is super weird. There it is. So next on Uther, you're up.
Yep, I'm going to be moving out around. Are there bad guys out here? Oh, there's one.
Yeah, around the corner.
So due to the nature of the tents, positioning, and the like, there really aren't very many clear lines.
How high up above? Is he
You're
not
10
above
feet.
the tents?
And the tents are also about 10 feet high, and they are kind of at angles where you're not able to get good shots or beads on them. I would say that this one here, maybe with 3/4 cover, but again, due to the heights of the tents and the positioning that they're in, there aren't a lot of clear lines unless you like hop up on the rail or something crazy.
I'm going 10 feet vertical from where I'm standing. I'm clinging to
go
the walls.
vertical
I got
on
the
this-
boots.
So this guy's pretty visible at that point.
Yeah, I'll take the shot at him.
That will hit. And that will hit. He's dropped.
23. I'll pop the Zephyr with it and move an additional 30.
I think the Zephyr gives you the bonus speed regardless.
Nah, it's only on the turn when I make the attack.
Oh, okay.
I just reread it, yeah.
Oh,
I
good.
hoped it did too, because that would have been really cool.
User done. Bodhi.
Yeah. I'll peruse.
I am 20 feet above the ground that was under me at this corner.
Absolutely fine. This looks like there's only less than a handful of bandits still remaining.
It's 3 behind the tens.
See him. I'll try a new spell. I'm gonna cast Slow, centered on this point.
Okay.
Wow. Oh, it's Wisdom save. That's a good one. 14 DC.
Alright. So it looks like these two are subjected to the nature of the spell. It looks like the woman, from your perspective, Uther, you're not able to see them directly. Just the area where you kind of detonated the spell. But the woman doesn't look like she is affected.
And I am going to use the rest of my movement to take cover back inside here.
Ezekiel.
So I'm
Yeah.
terrified.
I'll take my 30 feet of movement to move over to those stairs. These stairs aren't counted as difficult terrain, are they?
These ones, no.
Okay, perfect. That's my 30 feet.
Okay.
And then I'll take the dodge action.
Okay. A man comes out of this tent, looks around, moves to this position, holding a bit of cover, whips a wand around the tent, and you see a mote of fire appear from it, flying up to this position here. I need Rolling Rock, Silas, Nyx, and Bodhi to all make dexterity saving throws.
Even though I'm down the stairs?
Yeah, it's a radius. And it goes around
Oh no.
corners.
Big bang boom.
Kaboom.
Nyx pass, Silas failure, Rolling
Oh,
Rock
no.
failure, Bodhi failure. If you failed, you
Don't
take,
I have the thing that
I've
gives
got
me-
other things.
if you can see it. He came out
I
of
saw
hiding.
him shoot it.
He came out of hiding, so he was hidden.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like 29 points of damage for everyone besides Nyx, who will take half, 14.
Can I give my inspiration to Bodhi so he can pass? Because, sorry, no, you know what? No,
I'll
said
I'll
it.
be okay. Inspiration's a heavy cost for that kind of thing, so it's absolutely fine. If you're willing to spend, your
I have
inspiration-
advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
Oh, never mind then. You're
Perfection.
good.
I knew I had something.
Way
that?
to not be
What's that
complete
from?
shit.
Is that Divine Soul?
Metamagic Adept.
Oh, that's right. Okay, cool.
Or no, magic resistance. That's
This
just
doesn't
Satyr.
require you to see it. Yours does. It's a source that you know. His is just resistance to magic. Is that what you're gonna say,
Okay.
Freddie?
No.
Okay. What were you gonna say?
Can you set it to where I roll 2 dice for my initiative, please, from now on? Because I have advantage on that.
You can. So if you click on the cog up in the top right, you should see an initiative indicator in the middle. You should be able to shift that to advantage rolls.
Okay, I'll find it. Go ahead.
If you can't.
Initiative
Top
style.
Center square, 8th line down, initiative style.
Rolling Rock. You're up after a little bit of toasting.
How much toasting did I receive?
Yeah, how
you
much?
did 29 if you failed,
Ouch.
and 14 if you passed. So Bodhi 14 and Nyx 14, and then 29 for Silas and for Roll.
Question.
Yeah.
How does concentration work?
You took damage. If you were concentrating on a spell, you need to go
Uh-huh.
and make a Constitution saving throw.
Got it.
Of the
Okay.
damage that's dealt, or 10, whichever is higher. So 14 would be the DC.
16.
You passed. You are still maintaining concentration on the spell.
Those guys are slow.
Still, yep. Still rolling Rock.
Alright, I guess I will descend down. I am still slow. I can fly, but I'm still pretty slow.
Look how slow I fly with my rock wings.
Yes. It doesn't make any sense.
It's like the gargoyle flight from the show.
I was
Gargoyles.
about to reference Gargoyle.
Very cool.
You're so Hudson.
Yeah, he is.
That's the short one? Is that the short one?
He's the
The
old,
old
one.
one.
Oh, it's the old one, okay. Yeah, that works too. And then you fly up.
These guys are all fresh, right? Like everyone who's appeared
Yeah,
so
did
far?
you fly just vertically across, or did you go up a bit?
No, I'm essentially like descending
He's
down towards the floor.
Got it,
'Cause
descending.
I
Got it.
can't hit
Because
him
rock
across the head from up there.
Yeah, that's fine. So you got about 15 feet, or 20 feet.
You know what? I'm gonna
between
dash because casting spells in melee typically isn't good.
For some, yeah.
Yeah,
So you're going to fly
for
at
him.
me. What you'll notice is as you come at him, he kind of moves the wand up, and you would notice that the wand appears to be a magic item. It's not just a implement that he's using. It seems that that's where the fireballs came from. And his hand kind of wards out in front of him. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
I'll give myself advantage.
You're giving yourself advantage with the inspiration. Okay.
Yes.
Then you take no damage and are not pushed back 15 feet as he casts the spell Repulse.
Yeah. Not repulsed. And then my bonus action will be to do a healing word on myself at, you know what, 3rd level. As I'm mostly going to try to hit him with the aftershock.
Go ahead and throw the aftershock from Burbage so I can go ahead and get that handled.
Yeah, he needs to make a strength saving throw. DC is going to be
Well, he failed it.
15.
Doesn't matter what it is. His old people legs
Idiots
fly
brought a
right,
booty.
His old people legs fly right out from underneath him. He is proud, and he takes no damage, right? Just a knocking. Yep. Thunder damage equal to the number of
Thunder
D6s equal to the spell's level. You cast it at what level?
3rd.
Go ahead and roll 3d6.
He'll take 9 tremory damage.
Alright. Silas.
I'm gonna
Whoosh.
come-
Advantage on the
Yeah,
attack.
I'm-
Just scoosh that wizard.
Yep.
Don't even need to reckless, bro. Yep, and yep. Okay.
Yeah, break his legs and cut him in half.
13, 11. Yeah, is bleeding as you just smash into him with a warhammer, but he's kind of keeping his arms up, and you notice that as you're kind of hitting his arms, there's like a momentary resistance around the bracer area. Underneath his kind of long flowing sleeves, you can see that he's wearing some sort of bracers, but you're kind of smashing into him anyway, so he's kind of and he's kind of spitting blood into his beard, and he's bleeding on the ground, but he's not dead.
Wipe the arm off.
We're gonna want those.
Put him on that circle. See what happens.
No, we're gonna want to
Just
see
grab him,
those
kicking and
bracers.
screaming.
Just
Throw
bite
him-
the arm off.
throw him
Bite
off.
his throat.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna Hungry Jaws. That's
Hungry
a good
Jaws
idea.
him. That's a good idea. 14 will miss him, actually.
What?
Yeah, so as you kind of bite towards him, you'll note that the barrier is too large for the smaller size of your teeth to get through. It's kind of like you're biting
Sorry,
magical
Joey.
energy for a second.
Ah.
Alright, that's the end of that initiative round. I'm going to go ahead and stop there. It does look like it is time, so I just want to make sure we get it on record before I end the session stream. Currently on concentration, we have Slow, and we have
Yeah.
Gift of Orzhov, correct?
Correct.
And on my side, I have no effects that I am currently concentrating on, and no time.
Not
effects
dying.
on my side. Okay, we good? All right, I'll go ahead and end the session there. Thanks for watching, those that did, and we will see you